How would you characterize the current state of China-U.S. relationship?
Yeah, I think the China-U.S. relation I would classify as a stabilizing stage actually, because as we know, after President Trump did this trade war, tariff war, and particularly he issued the strategic report in 2017 that placed China as a rival number one basically, and then since then it was deteriorating, and of course 3 years of pandemic wasn't help at all because there was isolation, there's no communication and also personal exchanges. So I'm very glad to see that after San Francisco summit between President Xi and President Biden, both sides realized we have to talk because being the two largest economy in the world, there's so many common challenges that we have to face. So I think it's crucial that leaders of both countries, foreign ministers of both countries meet and discuss those common issues. So I think this is in addition to what Secretary Yellen's visit, because that covered a lot of economic, financing issues. But I think Blinken's visit will cover more on the geopolitical, particularly the stability in the Middle East, in Europe, and in Asia. China also has a concern on the South China Sea and also on the China's internal issue of course, Taiwan Strait, and so all those issues I think will be discussed, and then that can enhance the better understanding and communications.
To those of us sitting on the outside, sometimes feel like, yes, we're talking to each other, but we are not really making a lot of progress. So, for example, just a couple of days ago, President Biden announced that he's going to impose tariffs on China's steels. Yes. And there's a bill on TikTok. Problems are popping up everywhere. I mean, even before Yellen's visit, she talked about the overcapacity of China's exports. Yeah. So have there been real progress made? Yeah.
No, I think certainly there are progress. It's not as satisfactory as we can see, but also we have to know that the system in the U.S. is different than the system in China. So then it's very easy to have China as a scapegoat, particularly during the election season. So what I think that President Biden's remarks on the tariff, on adding more tariff on the steel and all the other products, is really to accommodate this nationalism, populism, which I think be part of the U.S. politics. So there is a problem of their own. But what I think is that the key is that we need to enhance the communication. We need to have more senior officials come. But we even should have more congressmen, senators, people from states, governors to come, because that has been diminishing for some time. Now we need to have more people to come. That would be my thinking, that we should really have a whole society approach so that gradually we can stabilize and minimize those negative sentiments. Because right now, it's getting popular to bash China. It's getting popular to the election season to be showing toughness. But it's they're probably barking on the wrong tree, because the fundamental problem is you have your own problem. It's not overcapacity of China as they all thought that may be. There could be some issue there, but it's not really the real issue. And the issue of course that China have a different system, but it works well in China, and that should be coexist together.
From your position here and your experience working with both administration officials and also business people from China and from the international community, what are they hoping for out of this kind of constant dialogue between China and the United States?
I think the CEOs and the business community are really fed up of this poisoning environment, and yet they cannot say it, because if they say it, they will be, attacked by the media, probably by their shareholder of different levels.
Say what? The better relationship with China?
Yeah, we talked to a lot of representatives of the business community. They all know China is a big market. They have to be here. They were really enjoying the big progress they made, but they are also not liking those CHIPS Act or those, because they're losing business here. But then they cannot say it. It's become politically incorrect to say we want to expand in China or do business in China. But still, they are doing that. I mean, even according to the AmCham survey, the majority of companies still wants to do business in China. But that that phenomenon is not really turning around the whole sentiment. I think that's why, as I said, it's a whole society approach in order to turn around this sentiment. Business comes first, the administration comes second, then we probably need the congressmen, senators, we need the governors, we need the mayors, we need the academics, think tanks, we need the whole, everybody come, and student exchange, tourism. And then so that we can really have a whole society approach to improve the bilateral relation.